Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's see how we can find the surface area of the region bounded by this expression right here, right? So let's go ahead and draw the graph first. And if you notice that we have negative x square right here, so this means parabola opening down. Since we have square root, this is just going to be positive values. Y values are going to be positive. So it's going to be just a half circle, and the graph is going to look like this. Right, if you draw the graph, it's going to look like this. But the region we are interested in is -1 to 1. So let's say this is -1, this is 1. So this is the only region we have to find. So let's shade this region. And whenever also they have mentioned that it's rotating around x-axis. So if it's rotating around x-axis, we use this surface area equation, that is integral 2 phi y ds. If it's rotating around y-axis, we put 2 phi x ds, right? And let's put the ds is basically that arc length equation. So here you can use y prime or x prime. Since this in terms of x, it's better to take y prime rather than rearranging everything and finding x in terms of x, right? So let's find the y prime. So here we can write this equation in a different way. Integral 2 phi y ds is going to be square root of 1 plus y prime square. So this is our arc length equation, right? If it's y prime square, we are going to have dx. If it's dx, we have to write this y in terms of x, right? Then only we can do the integration. So let's put the limits of integration first. So we know that this is going from -1 to 1, so we are going to have -1 to 1, 2 phi. We know that y is equal to 4 minus x square. Since we are writing in terms of y prime, we have to put in terms of x. So this is going to be 4 minus x square right here. And let's do the integration and plug this arc length formula later. So let's do the y prime separately. So we know that y is equal to 4 minus x square. It can be written as 4 minus x square power half. And then if we find the derivative of this one, this is going to be half times 4 minus x square negative half, right? Because we are subtracting 1 from the power. And also this is going to be a chain rule, so we have to take the inside derivative. That's going to be just times minus 2x. And let's if you see that 2 and this one cancels, and finally we get negative x over 4 minus x square. That's in square root, because negative half bottom positive half, that means square root, right? So square root 4 minus x square. So this is y prime, but here we have to replace y prime square. So let's square this one. If we square this one, if we square, what we are going to get? We are going to get a positive x right here. So positive x, and that's going to be a square, x square, and then in the denominator we are just going to have 4 minus x square, right? This is our y prime square. Now let's go ahead and plug it in this ds equation, that is 1 plus y prime square is x square over 4 minus x square over 4 minus x square dx. And if you notice, if I take the common denominator and separate the denominator, I can cancel the denominator. So let's do that part. So this is going to be -1 to 1, 2 phi square root of 4 minus x square. And if I take the common denominator, this is going to be 4 minus x square in the top plus x square divided by 4 minus x square. I can write the denominator in different way. Let's continue this one right here, right? The different color. So here we are going to have -1 to 1, 2 phi times 4 minus x square, and then in the numerator we have 4 minus x square plus x square. Plus x square minus x square cancels, so we just get 4. And the denominator we have 4 minus x square, and if you notice we have 4 minus x square right here, 4 minus x square, we can cancel both. So we are left with 2 pi root 4 dx. So we have a dx right here too. So 2 pi is a constant, we can move it to front. So if I move it to front, this is going to be 2 pi integral negative 1 to 1, and we have root 4 right here dx, and root 4 is equal to 2, so this is going to be 2 pi integral minus 1 to 1 2 dx. If we integrate 2, that's just going to be 2x, right? So here we are going to have 2 pi times 2x, that's going from negative 1 to 1, and let's plug the values. So let's continue this one right here. So 2 pi, I can move the 2 to the front, that's going to be 4 pi, and x, instead of x we plug 1, minus 1, that's it, right? So 1 plus, so this is going to be 1 plus 1, that's going to be plus 2 times 4, that's going to be 8 pi. So 8 pi is going to be the surface area of this region. And if you want a decimal value, that's going to give us 25.133, and that's going to be the surface area. And that's how we do this kind of problems. I hope you guys find this video helpful. See you next time.